In the last video, we saw Snakey defeat the bear. If you haven't watched the earlier video, check the description for the link to the first part. Now let's move on to the next part. 3 months have passed since the showdown with the demon bear, and now spring has taken the stage, ushering in new life. Snakey stirs awake, feeling the warmth of the season and noticing he's grown to a height of 8 centimeters, proudly adorned with 11 shimmering golden scales. With his enhanced X-ray vision, he spots 2 wild boars nearby and reflects on his time in hibernation. Not only has his body developed, but his senses have sharpened too. Eager to stretch his muscles and fill his belly, he sets his sights on the wild boars. The scene shifts as Snakey swiftly takes them down, the whole encounter lasting just moments. One boar remains, trembling in fear. He realizes it's a pregnant female. Showing mercy, he spares her and chooses to feast on the male instead. In that moment, he gains a deeper understanding of nature's balance. The female boar watches in terror as Snakey drags her mate away. He reflects on his new reality. Without the village, he must fend for himself and rely on the mountain for sustenance. He recognizes the importance of allowing some creatures to reproduce and protecting the young. As he savors the wild boar, Snakey surveys his surroundings. The mountains teem with life. 20 roe deer, 30 musk deer, and hundreds of rabbits, along with monkeys, wild goats, coyotes, and more. If he sticks to his plan and avoids excess, he knows food won't be an issue, and he can enjoy his mountain life. But Snakey realizes he can't solely rely on the mountain's resources for growth. Remembering past adventures, he understands the need to seek new challenges to strengthen himself. With that resolve, he decides to return home for now. The scene shifts to Thousand Snake Valley, where several snakes bask in the sun, celebrating the beauty of Snakey's homeland. Snakey explains that with spring's arrival, life springs anew, heralding the mating season. As a determined snake, he's set on finding a girlfriend. He blushes as he recalls a little white snake who often flirts with him, coiling around him playfully. But Snakey keeps his distance, insisting they're from completely different worlds. He reflects on the dangers surrounding him now. If he were still the same snake he was a year ago, he would have mated without a second thought, just like the others. However, ever since he embarked on his cultivation journey, those trivial desires have lost their allure. Now his focus is solely on training. As he gazes at the vibrant tree at the heart of the valley, he explains that the snake tree bears fruit every 3 years, and this spring marks their ripening. Eating the ripe fruit could significantly enhance his cultivation. He reminisces about how 3 years ago, he gained wisdom after accidentally devouring a snake fruit. This time, he speculates that if he consumes 3, he might leap forward to the 4th spiritual stage in one go. Once he reaches that middle stage, he'll be able to wield spells, moving beyond mere physical attacks. Suddenly, he catches the sound of voices drifting through the valley, mentioning Senior Sister's song and the snake fruit. Recognizing the familiar tones, he realizes someone is approaching. It's the snake catchers, who had been in the mountains 3 months ago. One of them expresses his shame to his companion, Senior Sister Song, about the death of their partner, Senior Brother Ding. She reassures him, saying they shouldn't dwell on the past. His survival is what truly matters. Unbeknownst to her, the snake catcher carries a dark secret. He betrayed his partner and left him to die. Meanwhile, Snakey senses the return of the snake catchers and observes them plotting their next move. Senior Sister Song insists that they only need 2 of the snake tree's fruits. However, one of the snake catchers warns her about the fierce beasts guarding Snake Valley, urging them to be cautious. Senior Sister Song waves off the snake catcher's concerns, suggesting he apply the realgar and not fret, as she's borrowed a powerful magical weapon from their master just for this occasion. She explains that the only snake in the valley worthy of their attention is the old Snake King, and if it reveals itself, they will be ready. Meanwhile, Snakey contemplates his options. Overhearing the snake catcher's conversation, he realizes they're after the snake fruit and that they possess a magical weapon to confront him. Fleeing crosses his mind, but the thought of the snake fruit nearing ripeness keeps him rooted. If he escapes now, the snake catchers will seize their chance to claim it. Reflecting on his current status, Snakey believes he's reached the pinnacle of the 3rd stage of cultivation. He recalls how the demon eel and demon bear had previously defeated the snake catchers, leading him to think they might not be as formidable as he once believed. Just then, a feeling of unease washes over him as he senses something is amiss. The snake catchers are unleashing a bizarre air attack. Covering his nose against the strange odor, Snakey leaps into the water, deciding to conceal himself and observe the unfolding situation. He hopes the snake catchers might turn on each other, just as they did on the mountain, while also seeking refuge from the overwhelming stench of their assault. The snake catcher's attack nearly wipes out all the snakes in the area. A male snake catcher turns to Senior Sister Song, inquiring about the consequences if the old Snake King fails to appear. She shrugs, stating they will simply take the snake fruit if the old Snake King doesn't show, though she's confident it will. After all, the old Snake King has lived for over a decade and is nearing the end of his life, relying on the snake fruit to prolong it. Meanwhile, Snakey, hidden nearby, suspects the snake catchers are discussing him. In a fit of anger, he retorts to himself that it's the snake catchers who are on the verge of demise, asserting that he is not old and that his strength grows stronger each day. Snakey dismisses the snake catcher's claims, recalling how the villagers have always called him the Old Black Snake. He questions why these catchers label him the Old Snake King. Meanwhile, Senior Sister Song admires the beauty of the snake tree, but Snakey shakes off his thoughts, reminding himself to stay focused. The snake catchers are intent on harvesting the fruit. As they approach the snake tree, Senior Sister Song suddenly halts, suggesting they should wait. Snakey, sensing her alertness, wonders if she has detected his presence. Just then, the valley wall above begins to crack, and a powerful attack is launched against the snake catchers. A massive black snake emerges, and Senior Sister Song barely dodges its strike. She identifies the creature as the Old Black Snake, leaving Snakey astonished. This revelation hits him hard. This is the true Old Black Snake, the so-called Old Snake King. He reflects on his own identity, questioning whether he is merely an imposter. Could this Old Black Snake be the source of the trouble and negative reputation he's been unfairly saddled with? He remembers how rarely he ventured out during his youth, only emerging 3 years ago and inadvertently taking the blame for the Old Black Snake's notorious actions. Meanwhile, the confrontation escalates as the Old Black Snake lunges at Senior Sister Song. In response, she casts a spell known as the Swamp Spell. The spell successfully obstructs the Old Black Snake's attack, enveloping its mouth in muddy water. Snakey feels the force of the spell reach his hiding spot. While the snake catchers are formidable, the Old Black Snake impresses him as well, proving that despite its age, it still possesses the strength to engage in battle, breaking through the swamp spell with ferocity. Senior Sister Song then draws her magical weapon, the Manhwa, charging at the Old Black Snake. The weapon strikes true, inflicting great pain on the ancient serpent. Snakey winces at the overwhelming noise of the confrontation, feeling as though his head might split from the intensity. Seizing the moment, Senior Sister Song launches another attack at the Old Black Snake, but it merely ricochets off its scaled back, leaving her momentarily stunned. Realizing the Old Black Snake has exceptionally tough scales, Senior Sister Song contemplates the possibility of crafting armor from them. Just then, the male snake catcher intervenes, asserting that the Old Black Snake cannot be defeated by one individual. Together, they launch a coordinated assault on the Old Black Snake, and it seems effective. The creature shows signs of weakening. From his vantage point, Snakey reflects on how Senior Sister Song is far more powerful than the snake catchers he has encountered before. As he watches the Old Black Snake in distress, he debates whether he should intervene. However, he hesitates, reasoning that the snake fruit isn't ripe yet, and it would be unwise to consume it too early. Ultimately, he resolves to offer covert support, using his tail to pick up a rock. After all, they are both snake beasts. Just as he readies himself to act, he notices movement near the snake fruit tree. A man is seen trying to uproot the tree, declaring his intention to claim it for himself while the snake catchers are distracted by the Old Black Snake. Fury surges within Snakey. He charges at the man with a singular purpose: to devour anyone who dares threaten the roots of the snake fruit tree. This transgression is intolerable, and he feels a primal instinct to protect what is rightfully his. Thus, the chapter concludes, leaving readers on the edge of their seats. Thank you for joining this adventure. Thank you for watching. I want to express my gratitude to those who have subscribed to my channel. I encourage you to support me by subscribing and joining to my channel, and I will be Manhwa recap videos in every day. Thank you for your support, and I look forward to seeing you in the next installment.